Hello, I'm David Arminas, Deputy Editor of World Highways magazine here in London, United Kingdom. I recently had the pleasure of sitting down with Ray O'Connor, formerly the Chief Executive of Topcon Positioning Systems, and now the Chairman. Also with Ivan Di Federico, who is now the Chief Executive. Both men have years of experience in the industry and seen many, many changes. I'd like to share with you some excerpts from this interview with these two very interesting people. First of all, you've got years of experience in the company and the sector. You've seen many changes in the markets over the years. So my first question is to you. What might be the top strategic priorities for Topcon going ahead in this particular age of fast technological advancement?
It's always been at the heart of our strategies to look at the market and what our customers need. Our top priority is certainly something that we have been doing already and will continue to do, which put a large attention to how the market is evolving and where the customers feel the more pain in their workflows, in what they do day by day.
Obviously, we have to figure out how we can drive the cost of this technology to a lower price point, and the training and the capability of people to use this equipment, make it easier for them to use, is critical for the success of the business overall. There's not going to be any machines that don't have automation attached to them as we go forward if we can get the price and the training to where we need it to be. Every machine needs measurement equipment on it. Every machine. You need to know where it is all the time and what is the workload that it's doing.
This will enable what we call the democratization of the technology. Make it simple, make it at a cost level for the customer that is affordable so that each and every vehicle can have one piece and each and every company can have the services that come with it in their cloud environment.
Very good points. Democratization of technology, so it's much more accessible to companies and individuals who become much more efficient in their processes. How would you describe the culture you've helped create to move forward these technological products and advances?
I've worked at Topcon for 32 years, and we started as just a survey instrument company, but the dream and the goal was, how do we take that technology and connect it to every machine so we can automate the process? So we've had a tremendous culture of innovation. We've invented, we called it TM1, to the market number one, of bringing a unique technology to the marketplace and revolutionizing the business. The culture is about innovation, about solving the real problems in the industry related to measurement and all the new technologies that have come out in the last 10, 15 years, and allowing that to drive price down. And a big part of it is training and teaching people how to use the technology.
So you can see the precise results obtained by automating operations of machinery. This is a really strong glue element in our culture. To live a dream, to be able to transmit this dream through the engineering part, through the testing part, to the sales and marketing part, and then eventually to our customers and to the market in general, in order to change the world.
I would also say it's a little bit unique on a cultural standpoint. Japanese parent company, and we grew this business up in Livermore, California. So the Japanese culture with a lot of entrepreneurialism, a lot of innovation, and having the Japanese parent company is very helpful for us, that we didn't have to get a return the first week or the first month or the first year, that we were investing for the long term of the business. I think that stands very well for Topcon and the culture that we've created inside the business.
What are these market changes that you've seen over the years? How has the markets changed?
Normally, it's not the customer to require a change. Customer feels a pain. It's up to us to really understand what that pain is, what is redundant in what it's doing, what could be done better. The vast majority of the market tends to use what is existent and complain about something because they feel the pain and they don't know how to fix it. So it's not like, oh, I would like to have this particular instrument because if I had it, I could do this. No, it's like, I'm doing this and see how difficult it is. And we have to pick that and work with our product management team, with our engineers. And this is something we have done in the past effectively when we invented products that have really revolutionized the field, the segment in which they were utilized, because completely changed the way they do things. And then after that, you have really a litmus test of success, because if after they use that product, they continue to buy and want the new product, is when it is successful. They'll never revert to the old technology. And this is a sign that we really interpreted what was the pain point in the market. And that's what drives evolution the most of the way.
Gentlemen, do you see new market threats, new competitors entering the sector, disruptive technologies, and so on and so forth?
Absolutely. As we create this technology and move this technology into the marketplace and a business gets created, there's always going to be followers. And, that's just a natural part of business. But in our business, we went from when we bought AgTech back in 1994, 35 employees, we have 2,200 employees today. So people who are entering the business, they're not entering with 2,200 employees. They have to come with something that's so unique that it would allow a customer to change from the product they're buying from somebody like us and the new customer who's coming in, that's our new vendor who's coming in, bringing some new technology. And we're very proud of staying on top of the technology front. So I think we're in great shape. More competition, to me, is really good for the market and good for us as a business. It makes us stay sharp on top of the market and the needs in the marketplace. We have to be open enough to understand that we're not inventing maybe every single solution. We see what competition is doing and we compete.
How will you drive innovation and new ideas moving forward to meet these changing market trends and needs by the customer?
We have an advanced research team, and we have several activities inside the company that bring us innovation, let's say flashes of what the future can be.
How many patents do we have?
Oh, we have, in this moment, of course, we have more than 5,000 plus patents, of which are probably 2,600 active in this moment, and we build patents, at a very high rate, like 10 a month or so. That's an indicator of the amount of ideas that are generated and the high level of R&D.
What are two of the biggest obstacles facing Topcon right now, and how will you overcome them?
Obviously, the biggest obstacle for us is the knowledgeable people that really understand the business and the installation rates, how fast we can get equipment on, machines, show the benefits. It's really, I would have to say, if we had 100 more dealers selling that had the expertise to do it, it would really speed up the adoption rate. It takes time, and we're building that model as we go forward. I think that's probably the single biggest obstacle.
Bottleneck. Yeah, it's the availability to reach a larger market because the need is there. And the other thing, for example, there are barriers that come from regulations. The regulations on communication standards and so forth are old. So while a regulation speaks about how to transmit a radio wave for just a correction, which is a few bits, we need the regulations how to standardize on way other levels where you have video and stuff that are shared. And that every time we have a standard, it opens a much larger market and makes it possible for us and for others to thrive. So also more attention from the governmental side, into enabling more open platforms for regulations and things that would be really helpful.
Over the years, what's the coolest bit of technology that you've seen come out of Topcon? What has been something that you think is extremely innovative, creative, really grabs you?
I can list 100 components of technology. I'd say one of the biggest one is the IMU development. I remember when we first started in the business, one IMU, inertial measurement unit, that you put on a motor grader, the cost from Honeywell, I think, was $26,000.
Yes.
Today, that sensor, we're building them for about $300. So you're not going to sell a lot of motor graders if the cost of one component is $26,000 and the system is $100,000 to manufacture, and you're going to sell it for $200,000-300,000, you might sell a few. You're not going to sell a lot.
Yeah.
But when you can get that cost down to total system under 20,000, under 10,000, under 5,000, that creates the pull in the marketplace. So, technology to me is, we sit in Silicon Valley or just on the edge of Silicon Valley. We're very much in touch with the companies that are inventing and developing products and technology. You can even talk to the engineers that invented it. That's the benefit of having a location close to Silicon Valley. And I think,
Yes.
I don't know what else. Ivan is the engineer, so, from a technology standpoint, this conversation could go for 4 or 5 hours.
Ivan, from your point of view, what might be some of the coolest technology over the years that you've seen come out of Topcon?
I've been part of this, of our history in developing a product and really innovative technologies for a long time. And I tend to have the feeling, not even like a father, but like a mother, for each and every one of them. So I'm very jealous, and very difficult for me to see who's the best kid, because there is none. But and I love them all. And but I can be, if I have to summarize this in one word, really the best one is always the next one, is the one I'm working on now. There's a lot of love deployed into these products. That's what really makes them resilient to criticism and to others, because you've taught in all aspects how to protect this idea when you put it into the market. The way the people should feel as they use it is part of my consideration. And so that's why we love them, and why we know them so intimately. And that's how, with all that knowledge, you think of the next generation. And honestly, once something is released, I'm always thinking of the next generation, and even 2 generations ahead. And that's the beauty of this company that allows me to do this.
So, Ivan, what you're saying then is, over the years, it's a case of your heart and soul is in the innovation, the product line, and you're always thinking ahead to the next innovation, to the next child, the next baby, as you say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Ray O'Connor and Ivan Di Federico. You've obviously got many years of experience in the sector, and your culture and Topcon moves on successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.